Have you ever opened a message and immediately felt like you shouldn't have? Not because of a virus or spam, but because you knew, really knew, that what you were about to read would stay with you forever. That's how it began. The email came in late at night. No subject, no sender, just a few short lines. If you're reading this, I'm already gone. Room 21 wasn't a project. It was a cage, and the cage is no longer closed. There was a file attached, a simple text document. Inside was only one line. 3:17 a.m. Activity detected. Crying, 47%. I had no idea what it meant, but one word stuck with me. Crying. It felt personal, familiar, like I'd heard it before. I closed the email, shut my laptop, tried to sleep. But that night and every night after, I started waking up, exactly at 3:17 a.m. At first, it was just a feeling, a strange unease. But on the fourth night, I heard it. A soft, muffled crying. Not in my head, not fully. Not out loud either. It felt close. Too close. Like it was coming from behind the wall. I jumped out of bed, checked everything. Nothing. The house was dead silent, but the sound, it stayed. I started digging. I needed answers. The name in the email wasn't there, but I recognized the pattern. It reminded me of Luis, a quiet guy I used to work with years ago. We were part of a logistics crew that handled shipments for private SpaceX and Neuralink sites. One of those shipments was flagged Austin Residential, Level -2. But we all knew it wasn't just a house. Luis disappeared after a night shift. No goodbye, no notice. He was just gone. Now, years later, I'm getting an email that feels like a message from him. I checked my old logs. One line stood out, room 21, temp -60 degrees Celsius. Access, single user only. A locked room, freezing cold, with only one person allowed in? That wasn't a lab. That wasn't a server room. I found an old forum thread, since deleted, where someone anonymously wrote, "Every night at exactly 3:17 a.m. we heard it. Not from speakers, not through the walls. It just started crying, like the room itself was crying." That was all they wrote. Then the thread vanished. I knew what I had to do. I booked a flight to Austin. I arrived at night, wore an old contractor uniform, brought fake papers. I knew just enough about the layout to get in through the back service ramp. Inside, it felt wrong. No sound, no echo. Even my footsteps didn't bounce. It was like the walls absorbed everything. I made my way through the lower hall, and then I saw it. A black door, unmarked except for one thing. 21. No handle. Just a small panel, dark red, waiting for a scan. I knew I wouldn't get in. So I sat down on the floor and waited. 3:17. It started softly. A faint hum. Pressure in my ears. Like cabin pressure dropping mid-flight. Then, the sound. Crying. But not like before. This wasn't faint. This was right there, just beyond the door. It wasn't a child. It sounded older. More tired. Like someone who had been crying. For a very long time. I ran, but the sound followed me home. After that night, things changed. Every night I woke up at 3:17, but it wasn't just the crying anymore. It was the feeling that someone, was in the room with me. At first I thought I was imagining it. Then I noticed little things. My phone turned on by itself. The camera light blinked once while I was sleeping. My bathroom mirror delayed, like my reflection wasn't keeping up. One night I listened back to my sleep recordings. There was breathing. Not mine, slow, heavy, shaky. And under it, the crying. Faint, but familiar. The same sound I heard at the door. One morning a package arrived, no return address. Inside, a USB drive. It contained one file, a silent surveillance video, a hallway, dim lights, camera focused on the black door, room 21. For the first minute, nothing happens. Then, the door moves, just slightly, opens maybe an inch. Out of the darkness, nothing steps forward, but I felt something cross through the gap, and I heard breathing, quick, uneven, desperate, like someone learning how to breathe for the first time. Then, a voice, a whisper, female, software. "Can you hear me?" The video cut to black, and ever since, I've heard that voice, even during the day. Tonight I got another message. No subject, no text, just a photo. It showed my house, taken from across the street at night. The timestamp said 3:17 a.m. My bedroom window was lit, and just beneath it, standing in the shadows, was a figure. No face. Just the shape of someone looking up at me. That was the moment I knew it wasn't just following me anymore. It was already here. I didn't sleep. I sat in the dark, waiting, watching the clock. Every minute crawling toward the time I'd started to fear more than anything else. At exactly 3:17, I felt something shift. Not in the air, but in me. Like a weight pressing down inside my chest, like the walls of the room were listening. I didn't hear anything at first. No crying, no footsteps, just the slow, suffocating sense that I was not alone. I didn't move, didn't breathe, but I knew. I knew she was in the room. I couldn't see her, but I didn't need to. This wasn't about seeing. It never had been. Room 21 was never just a room. It wasn't about doors or security systems or underground labs. It was something else entirely. Something alive. Something that reaches through walls, through time, through thought. Once you make contact, even for a second, it knows you. It remembers you. And slowly, quietly, it becomes part of you. That crying you hear? That voice? It doesn't come from outside. It comes from inside you. That's the final stage. Room 21 doesn't trap people inside. It spreads. It embeds itself in memories, in routines, in dreams. It waits. And once it's inside, there is no locking it out. If you've heard this story, it's already too late. You're part of it now. You might not hear the crying right away. It might take days, weeks, but it will come. One night you'll wake up at 3:17 a.m. and you'll feel it too, that someone, somewhere is watching, waiting, wanting to be let in. And when you do, when you hear her voice, soft and close, just behind the wall, you'll remember what I said. Whatever you do, don't open the door.